So what is it about Har HaBayit? What even happened there? Well, most people think it's just about the temple, but the truth is that the Temple Mount has been holy since the beginning. You ready for this? The Dome of the Rock is where the Holy of Holies was in the temple. Well, the Holy of Holies had the most important part of it, had the Aron, the Holy Ark, on top of a rock called the Even Shtia. From there, the world was created, according to Midrash. Hashem took that place and created the entire world from that place. When Adam came down from Gan Eden, he actually sacrificed a korban on this place, on Har HaBayit. Actually, the place where Avraham comes and does the Akedah and binds his son Isaac on Mount Moriah, Har HaMoriah, here on the Temple Mount. So even before the temple, this was the focal point of the world. According to Rashi, according to the Midrash, Jacob, goes and takes a nap on some rocks. Well, he wakes up and says, what is this place? This must be the gateway to heaven. This must be the house of Hashem. Therefore, according to the Midrash, that's also the place of Mount Moriah, Har HaMoriah. So before we even get to the temple, the forefathers are here. Isaac, Yitzchak, goes out to talk to Hashem in the field. Well, where is there a better place to talk to Hashem than Mount Moriah? So, oh my gosh, like half the stories of Bereshit all are connected to this place. Then we get to King David, and King David conquers Jerusalem, buys the threshing floor of Arvona, the Jebusite, who had a threshing floor here. David knew, I can't build the temple. I'm a man of war, not a man of peace. The house of Hashem has to be a house of peace. So he did everything he can to prepare the groundwork for the temple to be built. Then his son, Solomon, builds the temple and has this amazing inauguration where literally he's asking God, anybody who comes here to pray, their prayers will be answered. And for almost 500 years, the first temple stood there, and it was a magnificent temple. And the Kohanim, the priests, used to do the Birkat Kohanim and give the brachas to the whole nation. The Levites, the Levites would sing in an amazing orchestra, and it was the place to be. So the Babylonians came and destroyed it in the year 586 BCE. And for 70 years, the Jews sat in Bavel and said, how can we sing the praises of God without the house of Hashem when we are on a foreign land? And therefore Ezra and Nehemiah, two prophets, almost 70 years after the destruction of the first temple, begged the Jewish people, come back, let's rebuild the temple. And 90% said, I got myself a nice big house in Babylonia. I'm making 6 figures. What do I need the house of Hashem for? What do I need the Lord? What do I need Jerusalem? What do I need Zion? What do I need the Temple Mount for? I'm good. And Ezra and Nehemiah tried to bring everybody that they could, and only 10% came. What was it, like 42,000 people came back to rebuild the temple. Now, the people who came back, they were the murderers, they were the robbers, they were the lowlives of society. And Ezra and Nehemiah said, whoever's willing to come, let's do it. Wow, if we could just take a message from them. It's not about who we are. It's where we're going. It's what we're trying to. It's what we're thriving for. And Ezra and Nehemiah brought them back and rebuilt a man named Zerubbabel. You know from the song? Kate Bavel, Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel builds the second Beit HaMikdash. It lasts for hundreds of years. It's not as nice as the first. And because of that, King Herod expands. If you've never seen the building that King Herod built, when we think temple, we're thinking the expansion of King Herod. We're thinking the temple of King Herod. If you've never seen King Herod's temple, you've never seen a beautiful building in your life, Chazal say. And it lasted for almost 70 years when it was destroyed by the Romans. And rabbis would come back to the area to try and get up to the Temple Mount, to pray towards the Temple Mount. Rabbi Akiva laughed because he said, I know if I'm seeing destruction, if I'm seeing the prophecies of Jerusalem destroyed, of foxes walking on the temple, our days, we can actually see soccer games being played on the temple. Rabbi Akiva laughed. He said, I know if the destruction occurred, then the prophecies of us coming back to Jerusalem and rebuilding the temple, and old people and young people will be sitting and playing in the streets of Jerusalem again. Those prophecies will one day come true. Imagine what Rabbi Akiva would say today. So when you go to the Temple Mount, you're not just going to a place that had a few things happen. Our entire Jewish history went through the Temple Mount from the times of the creation of the world until today, until 1967, when we called Har Habayit B'Yadenu, and until you decided that you wanted to be a part of this timeline, a part of Jewish history, a part of building the temple, and join in those who are trying to rebuild the third temple and make their way to the holiest place in the world.